Hello again, everyone. Edwin Lerner back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about the North Node in conjunct Chiron in a natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in a natal chart. They're a little bit concise. Some people may have referred to them as snappy. So what I decided to do is make another series on in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is, if you have the North Node in conjunct Chiron in your natal chart, one way it may manifest is that an inconjunct, or I should say an adjustment, which is the inconjunct, may be needed between matters pertaining to your mission and purpose, which is the North Node, and helping and healing others. One or the other may be overemphasized. The key is to find the balance and the equilibrium between the two. Because, in inconjuncts in astrology, you could have a lot of vacillation, distortion, fluctuation of energy. Now, it could be that you may be dominated by matters pertaining to your mission and purpose so much it could be to the expense and exclusion of helping and healing others, or it could be the other way around, where helping and healing others at times may monopolize your time and energy to the expense and exclusion of matters associated with your mission and purpose. So again, it's about finding the balance, the equilibrium, and the harmony with the energy. If the North Node, say, is in Pisces, as an example, that mission and purpose, may be pursued, with a lot of idealism and inspiration, but it may be tied in, doing something Pisces related, whether it could be poetry, dancing, photography, chemistry, anesthesiology, spirituality, something with illusions such as special effects, or the metaphysical, which includes astrology, as some examples. Now, another thing about North Node in conjunct Chiron may also manifest in having an imbalance, which is the inconjunct between activities connected with those prominent in your future, which is the North Node, and helpers and healers, which is Chiron. You may be dominated by one or the other, so it could be where the activities with those that are playing an integral role in your future may monopolize your time and energy to the expense of those with helpers and healers, or it could be the other way around. Activities with helpers and healers may dominate your time and energy to the expense and exclusion of those that may play an integral role in your future. So again, it's about finding the balance, the harmony, the equilibrium of the energy, because you can have a lot of fluctuation. It's very extreme energy when you're talking about inconjunct aspects in astrology. Now, the thing is, if Chiron is in Aries, as an example, helpers, people that are that may help and heal you may be tied in, with identity, or finding your place in the world. It may be issues with aggression or assertiveness, or taking action in matters with confrontation, whether it has to do with some inability to confront others, or maybe there was a battle or confrontation that you had in which you've endured a lot of suffering, as a result of. So, also, too, the North Node in conjunct Chiron in a natal chart may also be expressed for the future, which is the North Node may be a period in which you either have tremendous ease or difficulty in terms of dealing with emotional and physical related wounds, which is Chiron. So there may be times when it may be very easy for you to deal with matters pertaining to emotional and physical related wounds, and other times it could just simply be a very arduous task trying to do so, because again, you could have a lot of fluctuation, distortion of energy with inconjunct aspects. Now, let's say if Chiron is in Taurus, as an example, there may be physical related wounds tied in with the throat, the neck, the thyroid, the esophagus. Emotional related wounds and suffering may be connected with monetary, financial matters, and maybe issues with possessions and resources. matters, being self-reliant, matters pertaining to persistence, patience, perseverance, maybe even with composure in some cases. Now, also, too, another way this aspect may be expressed in the natal chart is that it may either be extremely easy or difficult, incorporating healing ability, which is Chiron, in matters associated with your goals, your aspirations, and objectives, which is the North Node. Now, if the North Node, say is in the zodiac sign Cancer, as an example, there may be, goals and aspirations may be, gone about with a lot of dedication, devotion, tenacity. It may involve, a Cancerian-related field or profession, whether it could be something with cooking, restaurant, culinary work, real estate, home remodeling, renovation, nostalgia, history. It could be some kind of home design, something connected with laundry or plumbing, as some examples. And also, two goals and aspirations, or I should say, the second half of life, which is the North Node, maybe a time in which it could be very easy or hard in terms of focusing on dealing with one's deepest wound, which is Chiron. So there may be times where you can, easily, tend to or focus on the deepest wound with little diversions or distractions or what have you. And then other times it may be, extremely difficult. It may be like this laborious, effort to do so, whether it's due to, a lot of diversions, distractions, or what have you, or, just the lack of enthusiasm in doing so, as some examples. Now, if Chiron is in Scorpio, as an example, the deepest wound may be tied in with matters of support, whether it's emotional, monetary, or, support, moral support. It could be lack of getting this, as an example. It could be matters with transformation, dealing with crisis. It could be psychological related issue. In some cases, maybe it involves something with an inheritance or shared resources situation, and such as dealing with somebody, maybe a corrupt person or somebody that wasn't completely honest in a shared resources scenario. Also, too, people that may play an integral role in your future, which is the North Node, may either be extremely beneficial or no help whatsoever in matters with depleted self-esteem, which is Chiron. In some cases, they may even be detrimental in those matters or exacerbate those issues. It doesn't mean that's the way it'll pan out, but whatever it may be, there may be, cases where you have, a lot of vacillation of energy, where those people that are prominent in your future can be either very advantageous at times, and there could be other times where they might just be apathetic or oblivious to those matters connected with depleted self-esteem. Now, if Chiron is in Gemini, as an example, depleted self-esteem may be tied in. It may have to do with some kind of, issues with cerebral or intellectual ability. Maybe it's something connected with assimilating, disseminating information, ability to diversify. It may have to do, matters with manual dexterity, being able to work with, work that can involve the hands strongly, such as, auto or refrigeration mechanics, as some examples. Also, too, another way this aspect may manifest is that helpers, healers, spiritual people, and even astrologers, which is Chiron, may either be very auspicious or no help at all in terms of what you're learning and aspiring to be, which is the North Node. Now, if the North Node is in Aquarius, as an example, you may be learning and aspiring to be someone that is more unobtrusive, considerate, ingenious, innovative, unorthodox, selfless, altruistic, friendly, group-oriented, If the North Node is in Capricorn is another example, you may be learning to be someone that is more, structured, disciplined, consistent, serious, ambitious, responsible, and premeditative. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying stay well.